Yeah, I'm really excited. We had only been we talked about our GIFs, we talked about chatbots. We are now going to be dipping into a little bit more with the augmented reality. So that's something that I've been actually doing since last June, and really found this actually to be very, very similar to what is happening with GIFs and stickers, because all of this stuff is already been happening in Instagram for a couple of years. It's already been there with Snapchat. People just didn't know what it was called.
Right.
They thought it's like this fun face filtery things, and they still call it that. But now we actually have this open source software that Facebook has totally dedicated to the augmented reality space. And there are thousands of creators out there. There are agencies popping up, like niche agencies like myself, that are starting to build out these experiences for clients and just for fun for ourselves, because it's so much fun. And I married the concept of this really cool technology matched with my marketing skills, pulled that together to find actual real value for businesses, like being able to get leads for a quarter of the cost, bringing sales in the door for a 50-year-old establishment that was trying to reach a new demographic. So those are the types of things that I'm really excited about with the AR. Yeah, it's fun to make all this crazy stuff, but to actually show businesses that, hey, you can actually make your money back in the very first day from doing one of these things.
Yeah.
So, some people don't see anything from any return from doing a video that they spent $25,000 on making. So
I remember your first, like one of the early ones. I think the one, maybe this is the one back in June. You said you were doing in June of last year.
Yes.
Maybe it was the one that you did for that handstand day for the gymnastics one. And so you sent me the test, and I was like, okay, sure. And sure enough, their logo was perfectly on my face. Like, I mean, so there you go. Like immediately, like the branding was on it. It looked really cool. Like it looked like
it was like a handstand right on your nose.
It looked like sports team.
With Facebook, it's actually built on a separate platform that is integrated inside of Facebook. So the back end of it kind of looks like the Facebook ads platform. So when you're building it out, things kind of talk together. However, the AR experiences on Facebook, a lot of people still don't know that they can even use stories or use their Facebook camera in so many ways. So there has been lots of learnings in this journey. I'll give you an example. I wanted to test out to see if we could get more people using an effect if they went through a chatbot versus having an ad go straight into the effect. And what I found was I only did a $20 ad spend budget, and this was on a Thanksgiving Day in the US. And one of my partners, he developed this turkey head that went on your head. It was hilarious. And I just put in some ad budget into it, and the chatbot won hands down. Okay. The reason why is what I'm assuming. I don't have like the piece of Facebook isn't going to tell me why. But I'm assuming is because once you click on that experience in the feed, it takes a while to load. So even today I did a test from a partner, and the effect, once you clicked on the try it button, it took maybe about 25 seconds to load, which is insane. When you're going into a chatbot experience, you are able to tell people, hey, this is how it works. It's going to open up your camera. You may have to be patient, but it's going to be worth your while because it is a lot of fun, and you've already seen the video of people having fun. So when they go into that experience, you have them as a subscriber to your messenger, and you can keep on talking to them even after they play the effect. So those are like the benefits that I had in my head when I was thinking, why Messenger? And then when I did the quick test with the ad budget, it definitely validated my my assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
So with that test, I actually went out to other partners who were kind of like interested in what I was doing. And we had our first major client, which was an automotive industry. I can't say who it was, but we built out an AR experience that launched during an auto show. And from that, we did retargeting campaigns to target people that would be interested in buying the car, not just everybody who played with the effect. And the client got leads at a quarter of the cost that they normally do for an automotive dealership, which is pretty big. They actually loved it so much, they ordered another effect. So that was our very first combining the marketing and the AR experience. From there, we worked with another client, and this one I can talk about. This client was called Taco Bill, which is a franchise of Mexican restaurants out in Australia, and they're about 50 years old. The partner agency came to us saying that their client really wants to reach out to a new demographic. And I shared with them, my testings with the chatbots and how this would actually work in a larger scale. And we built out a game experience. So the tacos fall down, the burritos fall down, you try to chomp them out. And if you eat 25, then you would get a coupon code on your screen, and also one that would go into the chatbot. What I loved about it is you could use share cards, and people were sharing that organically within, they only used, I think it was about $100 in ad spend. And the client made their money back within the weekend because people were booking reservations right on the spot through the Facebook Messenger. And the reason why I think it's like, this is even more valuable than ever is that previously, people would have to download a brand new app to play with these experiences. Now we have everything that's fully built into Facebook, where your audience is. People say like, oh, people are not on Facebook. Almost everybody and their mother is on Facebook. Come on.
This is what I said. I did a post the other day about, I was like, I've had a lot of ruminations of people talking about how they're souring on Facebook friends who are just like, I'm off social media at large. And I totally get it from a personal side. Like, I totally get a pushback. I'm not like, it's not like I love social media. I don't. And I talk often and frequently about a lot of the sort of negativities and how people, I think, should be using it better. But you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the most populous platform. It is the most developed advertising platform, with perhaps exception of Google, but totally different animals. And I would argue even more developed. From strictly advertising platform. Like, I get it. Hate social media all you like. As an advertising platform. And by the way, good for you. The other thing, I was thinking when you're talking about that, I'm like, wow, good for you for breaking into the automotive industry with something innovative like that. Because I have found that they are in particular very reluctant for some reason. Like, they're the ones who are still on TV. The rare times, like when I'm watching a Raptors game, that's why I still watch TV.
Go Raptors.
But, other than that, like, I'm never watching TV, but it's only car ads. And, and I'm like, and if you talk to them, I've had conversations with car companies, and they just like to stick with what they've done and what's tried and true. And they just haven't, it's like, wow, why don't you guys get that the market is still cheap? I don't like, and in a year from now, it'll still be comparatively cheap. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? People say that they're not on social media, which could be 100% true, but chances are they're using their Facebook Messenger.
Right.
Because I would say, like, I'm on Messenger like nonstop, it seems these days. Like, I actually run my business off of Messenger.